Stop me if you've heard this one before. You are promised a 2% return per day on your investment into a specific DApp, and they're going to use most of the money that people invest to generate external revenue. So this has become the new trend, apparently, and many of these are emerging every here and there. The only thing they tend to change in regards to how they're going to provide the external revenue is the source. Because AI trading bots are the buzzword that keeps circling around. But this one has actually changed the source of income that they claim that they're going to be using. So we're going to talk about it. Now, from a security standpoint, the team has performed an audit report. So you can access, an audit, you can access the report by clicking on this link on the website, on the main website. And just to highlight a few things that are of concern to me personally. So there is the threat of centralization, whereas the team can blacklist wallets and they can also access the contracts in and outs easily. There's also the lack of the checks interaction effects, which is an extra layer of security, by the way, that shields from external attacks. And there is as well the risk of block manipulations in regards to the reward distributions or even deposits. So I don't know if these things are going to be addressed or if these things are going to be corrected with a future audit report. But it's good to, to bring things up now. If the team is serious, they can take these into consideration and, amend this into the future. It has happened in the past. The latest example I can note is a project called Yield Robots, where they had a backdoor and they fixed it with a new audit report. So I hope this team does as well. Now let's jump into a quick overview of what is the platform and what is the DApp about. So similar to everything you've seen so far, there is a smart contract, MTC, at the center of all of it that collects USDT from investors, and that smart contract is going to deploy funds to be traded. Now there is a 1% deposit fee that goes to a dev wallet. Now, like I said, this contract is mainly going to be used to trade. Only 25% are going to remain, to interact with it, deposit, withdraw, but 75%, the bulk of it, is going to go and is going to be used for gold trades. Now, this is something new. This is what we're going to be talking about. And profits from gold trading is going to go back into the smart contract to feed back the investors. Now, again, this whole chain you've seen before, nothing new, just the gold trading part, which is going to be discussed. And of course, there are rules and regulations, so to speak, that you have to follow if you want to enter the DApp, meaning you can only invest 100 USDT plus, nothing less than that. You can only withdraw 50 USDT plus as well. You cannot withdraw anything lower than that, and you can do so every 7 days, by the way. So once a week is the period you can withdraw in. You can reinvest, and there's a 2% daily ROI. That's what the DApp will give you, and your capital actually can be withdrawn after 15 days. If you decide to do so, it's going to be your whole capital, not partially. And if you want to enter again, it's going to be from another wallet. First, I want to point out that the contract is live. It has been for almost an hour. There's about 5.8 KBUSD, but we're not going to get into this right now. So the inflows of this perhaps for another video, but I want to say that even though it was stated that investments were going to be made in USDT, and essentially it was on the Ethereum network, but apparently it's not. It's on the BSC chain, and it's in BUSD. So just a small correction there. Now, I want to address the main focus point, or the main focal point of this whole thing is gold trading. So how can this be possible, and is it actually profitable? So first things first, if you want to trade gold in general, you can do it through 3 lines. You can either actually buy the physical product, the gold bars, all the ounces, or you can do it through ETFs, exchange traded funds, or you can do it through the commodities market, through futures and options, by speculating on the price of gold and making profit if the difference is favorable for you when you close the trade. Now, they actually mentioned a few things on the website. You can go through them if you want to understand, but what they're gonna essentially do, and what they said that they want to do, is that they're gonna trade gold through something called a CFD. Now, a CFD, if you don't know, it is a contract for difference it's a contract between institutions and investors, where investors, propose contracts, futures or options, and they speculate on the price of gold. And if this closes with a profit, so a higher price from the starting price, then they make a profit, and so on and so forth. So this is what they want to do, and there are actually a few brokerages that offer this, and it has to be offered by a brokerage, by the way. It cannot be done, by a certain individual. You have to go somewhere and you have to trade this gold and make profit if you do so. Now, if I continue scrolling, they do mention somewhere here that they're gonna leverage something called Forex Line. Now, I did go and I checked forexline.com, but unfortunately I could not see anywhere on the website that you can trade commodities, but perhaps you can do further research. But where you can do trades in commodities is COMEX. This is essentially the commodities exchange. It's very official. It's the most legit place where you can trade gold. And they also did mention it if you scroll down to their FAQs. So, and they do also say that they're gonna do gold ETFs, which is, one of the ways to trade gold. So either ETFs or commodities, because I don't assume they're gonna, purchase the physical asset itself. So that is most of the information we know so far in regards to how they're going to trade this gold as a commodity. But is it actually profitable? So is it actually something that is worth doing, that actually can provide you this 2% per day? Now, even though I cannot answer this question, nobody can, because honestly, when someone promises a certain return, there has to be some guarantees, and so far there's not. But what we do know is that gold is actually a bit more volatile than people think. The daily moving average of the gold price is about $25, so that's a swing of 2% up and down, which isn't bad considering that gold, historically speaking, doesn't move too much in normal periods, of course, and provides, returns that beat inflation. That's historically. So daily averages of 2% ain't so bad if you're, trading a lot of money, and if you know what you're doing, essentially, correct? So that's not so bad at the end of the day. But is it actually profitable to the point where people are gonna making 2% per day? I think from a first impression perspective, I'm gonna say no. I could be proven wrong, but I'm gonna say no straight away, just because I don't know if they're going to provide on-chain data. I don't know how well established they are in regards to trading gold, because commodity trading is so different than anything else. You need to actually be an expert, and day traders in gold don't make so much money. So there's that. And there's the fact that the lack of all the on-chain presence for all the other projects doesn't give me too much hope that this will be any different. So again, without future proof that this is something that is going to be happening, again, I would treat this as a miner. And also one more thing I want to say, that this XAUUSD is actually the trading view of the gold commodity price. So if you don't know what that is, you can go to TradingView, and this is the ticker, this is the symbol that upon which you will see the price of gold versus USD. So just to conclude all of this, like I said, treat this as a miner, tread lightly, and again, only put your high risk capital into this if you want to enter, As usual, I'm not doing any referral links, even though you can earn referral bonus if you enter this. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna get into that in regards to this. So make up your mind at the end of the day. Treat it as a degen DApp, as a degen play until further notice, until we are proven otherwise. I think one of the latest slogan that I would put in here is that everything is a risk. All of these things are at risk of taking our money until proven otherwise. If you have no problem losing that money, go ahead. Thank you for sticking around. See you in the next one. Have a good one.